we agreed as a people of Parabek to use our vast agricultural land for that purpose. And the population are all in support, and our intention is to bring our population to embrace the money economy through industrial development of agriculture. And for that purpose, together with our cultural leadership, wrote of Ayuu Alali, Mr. Nyach, agreed that the vast land north of Parabek, which is in Ayuu Alali, be utilized for that purpose. We identified Horial Industrial Holdings Limited as the investor to develop initially a 15,000 acre plantation for sugarcane, which would eventually supply the sugar factory in Atiak. The population embraced it, and this initiative was now supported by government through its agencies of NADS and Uganda Development Corporation, which now took a share of this investment. And the idea was to plant the 15,000 acres and divide it to the population, to the households, with each household managing 5 acres of sugarcane, of which they would sell the sugarcane to Atiak Sugar. Now, altogether the 15,000 acres was cleared with the support of NADS, and of that 5,000 acres was planted with sugarcane.
We have close to 1,000 acres of this size here.
At the moment?
At the moment. Yeah. Around 1,000 fully maintained.
No, you were telling us 636.
No, the 600, the one which was done later. Yeah.
This one you have about how many?
This one we had about 1,000 acres of this kind, like this.
But of the 5,000 acres planted, only about 2,200 acres was weeded, and but Horial, in the middle of the process, Horial shifted from that idea of utilizing the population. They shifted to mechanize the sugar plantation, whereby they now abandon the population, the idea of dividing this sugar plantation into 5 acres per household, to now having mechanized agriculture for the 15,000 acres. Now, along the way, in 2022, last year, Horial then moved away from the project, saying that they have already 22 acres in Atiak, and they were moving towards now, they want to do irrigation. They went ahead to start building some dams on River Unyama, whereby they were hoping to get enough water to irrigate the 22,000 acres that were available to them, and with that they thought with irrigation they would get enough sugarcane for their factory. Now, the plantation developed in Lamo, in Parabek, in Ayuu Alali, now remained abandoned. Now, currently, I called for a meeting, an urgent meeting of the leadership of Palabek.
On our fact finding, we have got that all the sugarcane plantation for about 5,000 hectares were burned. But the other remaining plots still needs some of recropping, and of which we think, out of our fact finding, that we need to come out as the government of Uganda to see that those projects where we are planning for to continue, like those of the 5,000 hectares, and some of the crops need to be planted there.
Tien wa pur tiang uchake luak mau no mergi cholge ge chene maramo billion achel gali mia bichel ma agi kom tiang mo charo mana machel ya tiak chuka factory ni jo kano no chene ne jo kano po no chi ko tie maduong ikin society gi ko ti maduong ikin gang an wanti ni watie kanerne gi yueo I ot pien ka waberu kanerne kit me pur tiang eni tie mabe agamente ko kate gi lem ma gu kero lem maromo billion ila mo kany maromo billion ali piero beach ma no mero kony pur tiang eni mano gi supplying at atiak sugar factory eno ko bedi wano neno atiak sugar factory petika teach and luak ma megwa pagitika benefiting gi projects ni we otin wano beru piny watika mio dwanwa karchel ni projects en magi chaone projects mabe ento miro ginen kit mayubune wege moje luak ma megwa gunong gina chel ma wan watika mirne ena yeni kit madong gi chak pur tiang kanyi gi mede gi pur ne luak tin ma yu alale gu ye la wa chele gen gu ye ni tiang mer gi mede gi pur ne ento conditions tie mo mer gi mi me achel factory o mer gi kel o be chok ya yu alale me ario yu mono ya yam gi chike ye ne gi bi pur me kubukina yu alale karchel ga tiak sugar factory ni mer bene gi yobe ki jamu kena machalo social responsibility ma no mer gi tim la bolle no joni gu chike ni tangi maromo gena boro gu bituju gituja ngwane ken gu chike ni gi bi yubu school e ono pege yubu gu chike ni gi bi yubu wipagara bridge chana wano watika yubu ne gi chena ma agi bo Dr. Deep e ono bene pegu timo so wa mer ni ki duk gi tim gi roach projects eni we ki dok chen we moje oneni kum dano an bene jo magi chologe ma agi kom chiling billion achel gali mia bichel jo mo dong mo fut pegi cholo pien chene mo furu dong ramo million ali mia biero mo dong tibor UDC o merni UDC gu kel gu dok chen we ku chul jo pegi cholo ni yelo beru tie ilog me ID ga log me yabo bang an o merni la chen ka digi ma gi yabo bang gi yab bang mano tie mano chok jowa bang matie kit gom gi mkan mati la mo chone gi berga yabo bang akaone bang kyalo equity gi bang mo mano ti wa jumani ti wa lera ti wa gulu mano bojo o wa jowa magi chologe chene gi oberga bale wano merni projects en ket na community o chwakone o mete o wara nyim o wege o kony o lokko padano an berwa merni ka kilo factory kan kit ma wano pur nyim kit ma pur soybean ko kwanyo chole chuk dano magro pur tiang bene gu pur tiang ka ko chwale factory weg factory will yen wono ne pur tiang pur gi chele ken ka de ber ka maintaining pi mwa beach pe ber chalo nyima no pur mwa ne che wan ne ka yobu projects ni mabe moje obinene kom dano beno lako ko pa dano mekwa
to chart the way to find out what would be next, what is the way forward. I called the members of parliament, my colleague members of parliament. I also invited the traditional leaders. I invited also the cooperative leadership.
Currently, we are lacking market for the sugarcane because Atiak Sugar Factory withdrew from Ayuu Alali. Even after, with all the support from government provided funding for planting the sugarcane and maintaining it on behalf of the cooperative for the first round. Then the second round, each individual member of the cooperative would take care of the field allocated to him. But now Atiak has decided to withdraw. They did not tell us in advance, but they just told us, they inform us later when they move out of temporarily. When sugarcane got over, we supplied them with 40,000 tons, but they pull off because we did not have sugarcane in the field. But now when they left later on, they only inform us that they have left us for good. They are not coming back to Ayuu Alali. Funding to the project was not directly to the cooperative. All money were received by Atiak Sugar Factory. I think Orial, which own Atiak Sugar Factory, they got hold the money. They were contracted to plant. To the cooperative, we did not receive anything.
Supposing another investor wants to come in Ayuu Alali, does the person needs clearance from Orial?
No.
Because we have been hearing that Orial has never distanced themselves from not being part of the Ayuu Alali. But can you make that in writing?
In writing. Who do you want me to write to?
Just like to the cooperative.
No, we have no problem.
Or
we
to
can write
the,
to the cooperative.
You can write to.
We can write to the district. We can write to the cooperative, and we can write to
you.
the leaders.
You need to write to the cooperative and they copy the cultural leaders. This.
No. As we're going to write a letter.
Because
I don't own anything.
You write.
Doesn't own anything. It's just writing that there is no interest in sugarcane development in that area.
My concern now,
is not owned by the company.
Draw it to the attention of the cooperative,
yes.
Draw it to the attention of the cultural leaders,
correct.
Then draw it to the attention of clan leaders, these three.
And then plus even a member
yes.
of area member.
Then you copy.
Them, yes.
You copy the LC5, copy MP, copy RDC, copy the chairperson LC3.
And the people of Ayuu Alali, during the meeting with all these representatives, we looked at this as a sad moment, a sad opportunity lost, but we did not give up. Our people still want the project. We unanimously resolved that the project should be supported and reinstated. Number one, they insist that we have to get now this time a serious investor who has experience in managing sugar industry.
And of recently, Atiak Sugar management invited us, the leadership of Lamore, to Atiak Sugar Factory. And they openly told us that they are not going now to engage with the Ayuu Alali cooperative anymore. So they were advising Ayuu Alali to look for an alternative production, alternative means of sustaining the investment here. So this one now we need to reorganize it because we already have an investment land that has been earmarked by Ayuu Alali cultural institution. This is an angle that government needs to have value for money, that we need to interest ourselves and come back on board and think of setting up a factory here. Because we have seen the cooperative of Ayuu Alali selling sugarcane up to Chenjojo, up to Mayuge Sugar. All this distance, we can cut the cost of production by ensuring that we put sugar factory here, and this will have a long-term projections on the socio-economic recovery of this area. And indeed, by availing land to Atiak Sugar, so it means the land is intact and is available, and this is the only area that can produce the finest sugar in the entire country because of the fine climatic condition. So we need to readjust our thinking, go back to the drawing board, and harmonize situations. Right now, the area seems to be vacant because very many areas was cleared. So, government, leaders of Operation Well Creation, more especially the commanding officer who is here and also a presidential advisor, the time is now to see that what you started has not gone to waste. Go back to the drawing board, see that nuts come back on ground, but another company or investor come in and start from where Attack Sugar stopped. This is my only plea right now, because we have already put money. We can't go back to discussing what has been put there. What is only important is for us to continue working to see that we realize our desired goal. Thank you.
And the population of Parabet, of Ayuu Alali, also urge government to give them support to see that this project is revamped, because they were seeing that this was an opportunity that should not be lost. So together with the leadership, the LC1s of the entire Parabet, particularly Ayuu Alali and Parabet constituency, the LC3 chairman, all the traditional leaders, the cooperative leaders, and the opinion leaders, and the people of Parabet resolve and recommended that recommended the following. Recommended that, one, a serious investors be identified, and in order to allow the project to continue, and a different investor committed to sugar industry development in Lamore. And number two, they would wish that if such an investor is identified, a factory should be built at Ayuu Alali, so that the transportation cost of moving the cane from Parabet up to wherever is cut down, and they are able to earn some money. They wanted also, number three, they wanted all the 15,000 acres to be restored. Since the bush was cleared already, it's just a matter of plowing and planting the entire area with sugarcane.
To me, as somebody who has been on the ground and I moved through, I saw where the sugarcane was burnt. Needs like we should have open roads around the 15,000 acres. That will stop the burning. Two, these agronomists, they are only two. And if there was a capacity that we would have like 10 of them, they would catch up with time and make some good work in the plantation. Three, this cooperative, if they are empowered and they have money, I think managing even the 15,000 acres is just too small for them. It's just too small for them, because yes, the sugarcane were burnt, but what is coming now, they're beautiful. And if you go closer, you may not even think that those were burnt, burnt sugarcane. But still, even when it is growing on well, there is need for weeding. I recommend that really these people need to be supported with a little, because 1,400 acres is not small. And another good story we got from there is also another person who volunteered and assisted the cooperative and was given a part of land. It's called Adodi. The man is managing 800 acres. He's managing 800 hectares where he has cut those burnt sugarcane. It has all germinated 800 acres. Add the 800 acres plus the 1,400 acres. That comes to about 2,200 acres. That is what these people are able to do it on their own. What if there was some support financially, that the cooperative were supported directly? I think these people were going to do more than what we have seen today.
Number four, they urge that a strong cooperative be established, because the current cooperative seems to lack that zeal and capacity, and they are willing to call for AGM, annual general meeting, during which they will re-establish a new cooperative that would have capacity to manage this process. They also propose that any support that goes towards to helping the population, either through NADS, should not be channeled through anybody else, except it should go directly to the beneficiaries. They would also want us to establish a core monitoring team composed of experienced and competent people that can monitor the investor, if we get one, monitor the activities in this plantation and in this industry in Parabet. They see this as one way of moving the population towards money economy, because at the moment the population are really impoverished peasants. They don't have those opportunities. They were seeing opportunities in the sugar industry. We still have a lot of land which can still be opened and developed for other agricultural products, like food, for different type of food that can go to the market in the country, and so on. But those opportunities can only become viable and useful if we show commitment to developing our land there for production. And for this, we should stand together with the UNRM government, which has so far really committed itself and committed a lot of money in this Ayuu Alali sugar project, for which, disappointingly, Orial has just jumped out and left us in the air. We look forward for your support.